Hello and welcome to Express News with me, Deepika, your daily half-an-hour window that brings you 100 news and updates from the country and the world in 30 minutes. Let's begin. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi will watch the Sabarmati Report movie on Monday evening in the Bal Yogi Auditorium within the Parliament House Annex. Speaker of the lower house of the Parliament, Om Birla, will also attend the special screening of the film. The Sabarmati Report was released on the 15th of November and is based on the 2002 Kodra incident. Week 2 of the winter session of the Indian Parliament resumed on Monday. In the upper house, Chairman Jagdeep Dhankhar rejected 20 notices on various issues submitted under Rule 267. Rajya Sabha Chairman Jagdeep Dhankhar referred to Murphy's Law that says that anything that can go wrong will go wrong and urged the parliamentarians to allow the proceedings. Vice President Jagdeep Dhankhar extended birthday greetings to member Jagat Prakash Nadda in the upper house. In the lower house of the Parliament, Ports, Shipping and Waterways Minister Sarbanand Sonowal introduced the Coastal Shipping Bill 2024. Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan moved the motion for election of 2 members to the Council of National Institutes of Technology, Science, Education and Research in the lower house. During the question hour in the lower house, Minister Jayant Singh replied to the questions regarding centres of excellence for skill development. Amid ruckus by the opposition members, both the houses of the Parliament were adjourned for the day and will reconvene on Tuesday. India's Commerce Minister Piyush Goyal addressed the inaugural session of CII's Partnership Summit 2024. He also launched a special initiative focusing on Make in India. Emphasizing on partnership between developing countries, Piyush Goyal said that India is ready to work with shared future and responsibility towards sustainability. Indian Minister Jayant Chaudhary participated as the chief guest in the 53rd Eid al-Ittihad National Day celebrations of the United Arab Emirates in New Delhi on Sunday. The UAE is celebrating its 53rd National Day on Monday, highlighting the country's remarkable transformation from desert settlements to a global innovation hub. India's Consul General emphasized the deep-rooted ties between the UAE and India dating back over 6,000 years and acknowledged the critical role of the Indian diaspora in UAE's growth. The India International Science Festival 2024 is on at IIT Guwahati in Assam from the 30th of November and will go on till the 3rd of December with an aim at steering India into a science and technology-led manufacturing hub. 40 years have passed since the world's biggest industrial tragedy, the Bhopal gas tragedy that took place in Madhya Pradesh's capital on the night of the 2nd and 3rd December 1984. National Pollution Control Day is observed on Monday to commemorate thousands of residents of Bhopal who lost their lives in this tragic incident. Around 60 Indian passengers were left stranded at Kuwait International Airport for over 13 hours on Sunday after their Gulf Air flight to Manchester was diverted there due to a technical snag. Directorate of Enforcement conducted search at around 19 locations under the provisions of Prevention of Money Laundering Act 2002 in multiple cases related to the misappropriation of government funds in post offices at Gujarat. The first edition of joint tabletop exercise syntax between the Indian Army and Cambodian Army commenced at the Foreign Training Node in Pune. The exercise is conducted from the 1st till the 8th of December. India's total gross goods and services tax revenue rose by 8.5% to over 1.82 lakh crore rupees in November as compared to 1.68 lakh crore rupees in the same month a year ago. JP Morgan has projected India's GDP growth to accelerate at 6.7% in the second half of financial year 2025 with a full year growth rate of 6.4%. FDI inflows into India surged 45% to $29.79 billion from April to September this fiscal year, according to the Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade. Singapore contributed the highest foreign direct investment to India in the July-September quarter, accounting for 50% of the inflows. Unified Payments Interface or the UPI transaction hit 15.48 billion last month, a 38% year-on-year increase according to NPCI data released on Sunday. India's electronics manufacturing services sector is likely to grow to 6 lakh crore rupees in financial year 2027 from 1.46 lakh crore rupees in financial year 2022, a report showed on Monday. India's coal production surged 7.2% in November, reaching 90.62 million tons, up from 84.52 million tons last year, according to the Ministry of Coal. Average housing prices in India's top 8 cities grew by 11% year-on-year, reaching 11,000 rupees per square foot during the July-September period. Thousands of Volkswagen workers are all set to go on a strike in an escalating industrial dispute at the crisis-hit German auto giant, with thousands of jobs at stake. Oil prices rose on Monday. Brent crude futures climbed 57 cents or 0.79% to $72.41 a barrel. The India-Malaysia Joint Military Drill Harimau Shakti 2024 began in Bentong camp of Kuala Lumpur. The 14-day-long exercise aims at improving defence cooperation between the Indian Army and the Malaysian Army. Government in Bangladesh has stopped 83 ISKCON members from travelling to India through Benapole checkpost in the last 2 days, despite them possessing valid passports and visas. President Joe Biden on Sunday issued an official pardon for his son Hunter Biden, who was facing sentencing for 2 criminal cases related to tax evasion and the purchase of a firearm. In a statement released by the White House, the US President said that Hunter Biden was being selectively and unfairly prosecuted just because he is the son of the US President. US President-elect Donald Trump on Sunday announced that Lebanese-American businessman Massad Boulos would serve as senior advisor on Arab and Middle Eastern affairs. Trump also picked his son-in-law Jared Kushner's father, real estate mogul Charles Kushner, to serve as US ambassador to France. Russian and Syrian warplanes bombed the city of Idlib on Sunday in an attempt to push back insurgents who've swept across northern Syria. Syrian President Bashar al-Assad met with Iran's Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi in Damascus on Sunday. Assad described the situation in Syria as difficult. In a joint statement, the United States and its allies, France, Germany and Britain on Sunday, called for de-escalation in Syria and urged for the protection of civilians and infrastructure. The UN Agency for Palestinian Refugees, UNRWA, has paused the delivery of aid through the key Kerem Shalom crossing between Israel and Gaza due to safety concerns. Israel Defense Forces said its troops removed several threats from Hezbollah in southern Lebanon that violated the ceasefire conditions. Hamas leaders held talks with Egyptian security officials on Sunday in a fresh push for a Gaza ceasefire deal. Kuwait's Emir Sheikh Meshal Al-Ahmad Al-Sabah called for a ceasefire in Gaza during the opening of the 45th session of the Gulf Cooperation Council in Kuwait on Sunday. Opening ceremony of the 16th session of the Conference of the Parties of the United Nations Convention to Combat Desertification was held in Saudi Arabia's Riyadh. India's Minister of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, Bhupendra Yadav, planted a sapling at Indian Embassy in Riyadh. Protesters and police clashed in Georgia's capital for a fourth straight night on Sunday after the announcement that the government would freeze European Union talks for 4 years. Georgian Prime Minister ruled out rerun of contested vote and dismissed criticism by the United States that has condemned the use of excessive force against demonstrators. Romania's ruling leftist Social Democrat Party led a parliamentary election on Sunday with a 22.6% share of the votes, with 99.45% of the ballots counted as per the Electoral Bureau data on Monday. Dozens of Venezuelans gathered in Bogota on Monday to demand the release of political prisoners in their homeland and urged the International Criminal Court to issue an arrest warrant for President Nicolas Maduro on charges of crimes against humanity. A mandatory 5-day training program for police recruits in Australia's Northern Territory focuses on domestic violence dynamics and its impact on women, children and communities. Time to take a short break. We'll be right back.
Complex issues, hidden agendas, twists and turns, strategic games. We think all dots are linked. We just need to connect them. Join me every week as I connect the dots to unravel hidden designs in statecraft, mysteries, and decode issues that matter to you. Watch Connecting the Dots with me at these times on DD India.
Welcome back after that short break. You're watching Express News. Let's continue. The first snowfall of the season blanketed parts of New York, Pennsylvania and Michigan during the US holiday travel and shopping weekend. The snowstorm led to an emergency declaration in parts of New York and a disaster declaration in Pennsylvania, with official warning of dangerous conditions for Thanksgiving travelers returning home. Frigid air is expected to move over the eastern third of the US by Monday, with temperatures about 10 degrees below the average. Humanitarian assistance and disaster relief team comprising Indian Army troops of the Chennai Garrison Battalion rescued hundreds of civilians stranded in flood-hit areas of Puducherry. Cyclonic storm Fenchil over north coastal Tamil Nadu and Puducherry moved nearly westwards and weakened into a well-marked low-pressure area. Schools and colleges remain shut on Monday in Puducherry. Residents are advised to stay alert, follow local administration guidelines and take necessary precautions during this extreme weather event. Indian Meteorological Department has issued red alert in 5 districts of Kerala, including Malappuram, Kozhikode, Wayanad, Kannur and Kasaragod on Monday. Cold waves swept through northern India's Jammu and Kashmir and Uttar Pradesh states as temperatures dipped in the region on Monday. Malaysia and Thailand are facing a second wave of heavy rain and potential flooding this week. 27 people have died and more than half a million households in the neighbouring Southeast Asian countries since last week. Countries have failed to reach a landmark agreement on tackling plastic pollution, with delegates from nearly 200 nations meeting as South Korean for next week. Walt Disney heroes Mickey Mouse, Buzz Lightyear and Spider-Man hovered over Chile's capital Santiago to kick off this year's Christmas season. This year's Santiago Annual Disney Parade marks the 13th edition of the festivity that paid tribute to the 4 elements of nature: fire, water, earth and air. In Germany's Berlin, Santas gathered at the Brandenburg Gate ahead of their big night on the 24th of December. Germans traditionally celebrate Christmas on the 24th of December, and the Berlin Center headquarters has provided rental Santas for the past 20 years. Swimmers in the German village of Stromberg on Sunday ended the season at their local outdoor pool with the traditional dip, wearing Santa hats just weeks before Christmas. Swimmers were later treated to a cup of steaming hot coffee and Christmas cookies to mark the first of Advent. Brussels kicked off the Christmas season with a light show at its iconic Grand Palace with the lights of the Christmas tree and a performance by chorus. As the light show will continue until the 5th of January, Brussels hopes to surpass last year's figure of 4 million visitors. With carols, Slovenia's capital has illuminated its Christmas lights. The city mayor wished his city good luck before pressing the button that lit up the capital. The Christmas season has officially kick-started in Mexico with giant balloons flying over Mexico City's main thoroughfare for an annual parade. The Bolo Fest spectacle, which is named after its white teddy bear mascot, showcased local cultural talent and artistry. A rare Anthony van Dyck portrait of a horse with a hidden landscape on the reverse could fetch up to $3.8 million at Christie's Classic Week auction on the 3rd of December. The auction features a variety of other rare items, including prints by Rembrandt and an Albert Einstein letter collection. Hymns echoed within the walls of the Matre de Notre-Dame, the Paris Choir School, as singers rehearsed for a performance marking the reopening of the iconic landmark. 500 workers are racing to complete Notre Dame's reconstruction ahead of the December 7th reopening ceremony. Drone delivery services are boosting logistics in the Guangdong, Hong Kong, Macau, Greater Bay Area, enhancing convenience in daily life. Every day, more than 20,000 items are transported by logistics drones at low altitudes across the area, with nearly 100 drones flying every minute on an average. Toulouse's iconic Saint Sernin Basilica, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, has unveiled a new rose window, completing its renovation. The Ishikawa Brewery in Tokyo, known for using an ancient sake brewing method, is set to receive UNESCO recognition as intangible cultural heritage this week. The 14th edition of the International Sand Art Festival has begun at Chandrapaga Beach of Odisha's Konark. The 5-day-long festival features 130 sand artists from across the world. Indian actor Vikrant Massey stunned millions of fans with his announcement of retiring from acting at the age of 37. He is known for his roles in films like 12th Fail, The Sabarmati Report and more. International movie stars including Monica and Philippine graced the red carpet at the 21st Marrakech International Film Festival opening ceremony. The animated musical adventure film from Disney, Moana 2, sets a new Thanksgiving box office record with $221 million in the US. Globally, it has earned $386 million so far. Alan Bergman, co-chairman of Disney Entertainment, said that Moana 2 exceeded high expectations and is a testament to the phenomena Moana has become. Young Taylor Swift fans and their parents lined up outside some of Target's nearly 2,000 US stores early on Black Friday to buy copies of a new Eras Tour book and vinyl album. On to sports, India will take on Malaysia in Men's Junior Asia Cup semi-finals in Muscat on Tuesday. They secured 8-1 victory over Korea in their last pool match. India's squad for the Women's Junior Asia Cup has been announced. The tournament is scheduled to take place in Oman from the 7th till the 15th of December. India's chess player Arjun Arigaisi has crossed the 2800 mark in classical chess rating. He has become the 16th player in the history to achieve this milestone. Indian chess grandmaster Du Guoqian and defending champion Ding Liren played out yet another draw in the 6th game of the World Chess Championship final. Australia's batsmen were dominated by Indian pacer Jasprit Bumrah in Perth. Travis Head believes that Bumrah will be regarded as one of the greatest fast bowlers in history. South Africa have called up teenage fast bowler Kwena Mapaka to their squad for the second test against Sri Lanka starting Thursday. Liverpool defeated arch rivals Manchester City 2-0 to take a 9-point lead at the top of the Premier League and extend their opponent's slump to 7 games without a victory. Jude Bellingham and Kylian Mbappe have led Real Madrid to a 2-0 victory against Getafe at Santiago Bernabeu. Real Sociedad have returned to winning ways in La Liga as they beat Real Betis by 2-0 for their third consecutive home victory. In Premier League, Manchester United thrashed Everton by 4-0 to move to 9th place on the league table. Chelsea registered their second consecutive victory as the East passed Aston Villa by 3-0 to level points with second-placed Arsenal. Fiorentina midfielder Eduardo Bove was taken off the pitch in an ambulance after he collapsed on the field following start of their match against Inter Milan. Bove is in intensive care after collapsing during the Serie A match. The match between Fiorentina and Inter Milan was suspended and would be played on a later date. Netherlands' Safan Hassan and Botswana's Letsail Toboko were named World Athletes of the Year after they both scooped multiple medals at the Paris Olympics. In F1, Max Verstappen secured another victory at the Qatar Grand Prix while his rival Lando Norris was hit with a penalty that ended his challenge. And with this, it's a wrap here on Express News for now, but news and updates will continue here on DD India. So don't go anywhere. Keep watching and keep tracking DD India for all latest news and updates from the country and the world. Thank you so much for joining us right now. Namaskar.